vanity. Oh, it's to the vanity. Oh,
Vanity.
good one. Papa Fololo, Uncle Mutulele, Lino Le Pepino, Mokoto Nanga for chasing away the evil spirits.
I never saw that coming. I never saw that coming.
No, it's fine, it's fine. My name is Owen Mwatia, and as many know me, they call me Daddy Owen himself, Papa Fololo. Yeah.
Hey, Papa, see, ulipotena fukarudi. Wait, what grace is this that you're working with?
Yeah, so much happened, but eventually, I think this year, everyone has been like, hey, Daddy Owen, and I thank God for that, because I've been away for a very long time. Like, I've been partially in the industry, and this year I think I've been very, very active, and I thank God for that, and I thank my fans by there for supporting me, because it's not easy to be away and then come back and guys still support you to this level. I really thank you guys for supporting me. Yeah.
All right, now let me take you down the memory lane.
Yes.
It's the Christmas season.
Down is like you're very old. What do you mean? You know, when say, let me take you down to memory lane, I expect you going to ask a question of 1980s.
I'm so old.
Sips tea.
Akijaweni haya basi. Okay.
Let's go to down memory lane.
So, it's the Christmas season.
Yeah.
It's the festive season.
Yeah.
How was Christmas for you back then? What do you remember about Christmas, about December, kitambo ukiwa mdogo?
Oh, wow. I remember that's the only time we used to eat chapo. Like, seriously, this one is not those vibes that wazai wanapiga roto kama oh nilikuwa natembea naenda shule mgotupu vitu guys. No, this is a real story. Like, for us it was more of this is the only time we used to eat chapo, and chapati was just such an amazing thing. Nowadays I don't eat chapo. I don't like chapo, but I think after I came to Nairobi now, chapati was a normal thing. But in Shags, when I was growing up, chapo was they started cooking at around 3. You understand? Manze, you just anticipate. Yani, the whole day, how you know to chapo, and you're like, what time are we going to eat that thing, man? And then the worst thing about chapo is like, it smells so good, but time you start eating it, I think ushashiba yo harufu, so you can't eat even more than 2 or 3. But the anticipation makes you think that zikujata sita utamaliza. So chapo was a big deal. Like, chapo was a big deal. Like, for us, it's not about sijukumbayo mango. It was as in, for us it was just more about chapo. And then on the 26th, there used to be a place, a shopping center called Shibuli. That's where now guys used to go. It used to be called fashion show. So that's where, if you have like ngwompi and all that, you go there to showcase what you have, what you got for Christmas and all that. So we used to look up to 26th, and then to just the icing on the cake on that day, there used to be a football match. That thing still goes on till today.
Where you go?
In my shags, a place called Shibuli. Okay. In the morning there's bullfighting, like serious bullfighting. During the day is more fashion show, and then in the evening now it's now the football match. So it's, if you look at it, because when we were young, that thing was not like, we didn't have a title to it, but if I look at it right now, I can term it like a cultural day, because it's more of, that's where you find a real Luya culture. Guys come together, like thousands and thousands of people in one ground. Is a school, and when you go there, you can't even find space to watch the game. So I long for those days. I miss them, and I still, even last year at one, I think I went there just to watch the game, and it was really interesting. It gave me like good memories. I felt so nostalgic. It gave me good memories of how I was a kid. Yeah.
When you grew up.
Yeah.
How was it? Now how is it?
Nowadays, okay, there's a span whereby now you're a teenager and you're a young person. It's like, it's not a big deal. Like, you're just there, as in, it doesn't become like anything, because most of the time you find that at that moment, that's when everyone is at home with their parents and all that, so you can't meet with your friends. So for you, it's more like, it takes away the vibe of you meeting up with your friends. And then when you start growing older again, you feel like, oh, I need to go back to my roots. So for now, again, it's exciting, because I think that's one of the one of the best times because we normally plan as a family to meet in Shak. So we go to Kakamega, me, my bro, my sisters, all of us. We meet there, just bond stories for like 2 weeks because I think most of the time when we travel from the 20th and then we get back Nairobi maybe on the 5th or 6th of January. So that season, it's a very interesting season for all of us. So right now I really enjoy Christmas because I spend time with my mom, with my brothers and sisters, and we enjoy. Yeah.
Alafu, let me just ask a sensitive question too. Nilize, haya.
Ask anything.
Haya, basi, haya. So, and then now you lost your dad. What was the transition like now?
It was really tough because you see, there in life there are people, there are things that let's go back to the cliche saying that sometimes you don't know the value of something until you lose it. That's when you realize dad was very important. Right now is when you go to Shark and you discover there's things. Kitambo, you used to plan Christmas even in Nairobi. You can say, mununue mbuzi, he'll shughulika, mfanye nini, understand? But right now you see with your mom, it's different. It's more like now it's you guys who need to take up the mantle and do all those things when dad is not around. So it's different. And then apart from that, I miss my dad because I feel like there are things that happened to my life. If he was around, he would advise me differently, and he would make me handle some things differently than the outcome that I got. So dads play a very, very big role. Like, people always talk about their moms. I love my mom, but I always say no one can fill up the gap that my dad left, as in no one, as in that's next to impossible, because my dad was he used to talk to me in a different way, and sometimes he was more futuristic. He could say something at that moment when he's telling you, you can't feel it, you can't understand it, you can't notice it, but 2-3 years down the line, the same thing he told you about that is going to happen happened. So you feel like dads they're very sober, and they understand, mostly for a boy child, they understand you better than anyone else. Yeah.
Wow, na hapo umeongelea story ya dad very, very like deeply, because I think the role of dads are underrated. Very underrated,
and I always feel like it's a transition of after Beijing, after Beijing, after when women went to Beijing to say now equality and all that, which is a very good thing. I understand. The problem is, it figured a point whereby more girl child were empowered, and then everyone thought like a boy child, of course, they were empowered a long time ago, but they forgot that at the end of the day, they still need nurturing and all these things. So it reached a point whereby we are seeing a byproduct of men who are now trying to compete with women on the same level, yet when they grow up, they were told, you guys are the heads, you understand? So you feel like all these things will come on a silver platter, and then you reach to reality. It's when now you discover, I need to compete with the ladies on the same level, and in fact, we need to compete on the same level, but I need to have more than the ladies. So boys right now is so confused. It's like, how is this going to happen? Because in the field, we are told we need to be equal. But in the house, I'm told I need to be the head. So you're like, how do I lead? Yet, I don't know. Everything should be equal. So the definition of equality and leading is so confusing when it comes to boys. Because our dads, they knew from the word go, you're the leaders. You're the heads. You understand? From the word go, when they were growing up and all that. So right now, we lack that thing from a boy child point of view, and even to the dads. And more so, the kids who are brought up right now, they are treated in a way that they don't need their dads, which is not true. The way a kid needs a mother is the same way a kid needs a father. And it's sad that people are trying to push a reality that is something that was created to be that way. So it's only the people who are suffering is the children. Because me and you are sober, but that child did not decide to be brought in this world. It's only me and you who decides, now let's bring this child in this world. And when you bring them, we need to know how to nurture and conduct them well so that they follow our example. But when a child is growing up lacking some of those basic things, they grow up confused. And that's just my perception.
As a gospel artist, definitely you're spiritual. So what's your spiritual take about Christmas and the Christmas festivity?
Yeah, for me, I always say Christmas, Jesus Christ is the reason for the season. And so many people forget that. And I think it's more of, we're just celebrating his birthday, you understand? So I feel like sometimes people are trying to push the word Christ from Christmas. That's why you see people writing Xmas. Xmas is a way of just trying to remove the word Christ from Christmas. And I'm like, why would you want to remove? What's so hard of just writing Christ and then you put Mass and then you're putting X and then Mass? So for me, I always feel like guys are really trying so hard to push away the word Christ from Christmas. But for me, I say it's a good way to celebrate Christ's birthday and cheer up as a family. And remember, at the end of the day, it's through him that we are who we are nowadays. Yeah.
Do you think Christmas may change meaning yake in this generation? Like the meaning of the reason of the season or for the season?
That's what I'm saying. Even when you notice guys are writing Xmas, it's more of trying to push away the word Christ. And for me, I always advocate push the word Christmas with the word Christ in it. Yeah, push the word Christmas with the word Christ in it. Yeah.
So what are your plans za Christmas na New Year this year?
Hey, manze nenda ushago. Yeah, I have to go to Kakamega, man. I have to be there and eat those natural foods, yani those weird foods that when I and then apart from that, I have so many of my friends who I've invited to my shags, like Kina DJ Mo, and I want them just to come, Kina Burale, all of them just want them to come to our shags. We just break bread together and just have fun and enjoy, because I think that's the only time now we can go to each other's shags, because tumesema tutapitia Kina Burale, tutapitia Kina Moraya, wakuje kwetu hivyo, and some of our friends who are not famous and all that, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing. All of those 2 weeks, we've already planned out how we're going to visit each other. Yeah.
You still have a ring.
Yeah.
It's a show that you are married. So how was that Christmas, baby? I just want to know. How was that maybe 1-2 years? How was it the Christmas period in you were married?
It was fun. It was fun. Every parent's dream or joy is to celebrate such things with your family and with your kids and all that. But when it's not happening, then you just have to adapt. But for me, I believe those were one of those moments that I really enjoyed Christmas, because you take your kids to shags, they see new things, you see how they are adapting, how they are having a conversation with other people, and it's interesting because most of the time you find that our kids go to a group of schools and they only speak English. So when they go to shags and then they try to talk to the grandmother or your mom, when they're trying to talk to them, you find how they speak Swahili so funny, and you're like, for me that's the joy, because your mom is there trying so hard to speak English, and then your son or your daughter is trying so hard to speak Swahili. So it's just a funny mashy thing going on, but I like it.
Yeah. Sawa. So what do you expect from Daddy Owen sasa? New Year kianza sasa.
Next year I'm planning, one of the major events that I'm planning to host is the peace concerts, because we're in the election year. Next year we'll be deep down in the election year, and it's very crucial. People don't understand that we really need that stability for even to hold the elections. And most of the time we find that the people who are used to create those chaotic moments or the violence or those, you understand, skirmishes, they are the youth, the young people. And these young people, at the end of the day, it's not that like they do it willingly, or you find someone comes and talks to them and give them incentives for them to do what they do. So for now, my message is, I always tell guys, at the end of the day, we are here preaching peace. But at the same time, we need to preach that the young people should participate in politics. But they should participate in politics in a positive way. Don't tell guys, don't preach peace and put it in a way or cover in a way that it looks like peace and politics go hand in hand, but one is better than the other. No. Peace and politics go hand in hand, and both are very crucial and very important for you as a young person. I would love every young person to participate in promoting peace and in politics. But I tell every young person that politics can be negative politics and positive politics. So I always ask them, participate in positive politics, not for a politician to come and give you handouts for you to go and start skirmishes, not a politician to come give you handouts for you to go block the roads, or you start shouting and heckling other politicians. No, just go there, listen to them what they're saying, but at the end of the day, make sure that you have a voter's card. Go vote and make your voice be heard for the future, because this future is for you. You understand? It's not for anyone else. Don't behave like you don't participate in it. Don't behave like, if I participate, I need to be negative. Because you find most of them participate in a negative way. But when it comes to going to the ballot, they don't go. And you wonder, why were you there? Yeah, why were you there? You're a keyboard warrior, or you're active on the ground. But when it comes to the real thing, or the most important thing, you're never there. So participate in positive politics. I tell guys, go to the rallies. Listen to what the politicians are saying. It's good to go there and listen. Go to be a keyboard warrior. But at the end of the day, participate in dropping that vote in the ballot, and participate in positive politics. Listen to the politician. Then when you're talking to other people, you come from a point of, I know what this guy is saying, he's lying or he's saying the truth. But participate and understand where you're coming from. So I'm doing peace concerts around the country, just urging the youth. My tagline is vijana tusitumie vibaya kisiasa. Young guys, let's not be used by politicians in a very negative way. Let's make sure that our vote counts, and who we are a block for changing and transforming the nation in the future. So guys, this is Daddy Owen once again. I've just had like an amazing interview. I've had an amazing interview with McKenna here. I have an amazing interview with Kiss. I've had an amazing year, which I thank God, and I've had like amazing love from you guys, my fans. You've really supported me this year, and I thank God for that. May God bless you. May God protect you. May your wishes and dreams and visions come true. And for me, as Daddy Owen, Uncle Mutulele, Papa for Lolino, Pepino Mokoto Nanga for chasing away the evil spirit, I want to wish you happy holidays.